The Silent Observers. The Galactic Deception. Commander Calvor of the Sithari Dominion adjusted his cranial implants, filtering through decades of surveillance data on Earth. The planet was a footnote in galactic archives, a fractured world of warring tribes, its technology laughable. Yet, something gnawed at him. The anomaly. Magnify Sector 7B, Kale ordered. His holographic display zoomed in on Earth's lunar orbit. A defunct satellite, labeled UN Communications Relay 12 by human databases, flickered. For a nanosecond, its hull panel shifted, revealing a weapon port. Cal's blood ran cold. Impossible. The trap springs. Before he could alert High Command, alarms shrieked. A Dominion scout fleet, 5 Dagger-class warships, had entered Sol system to test Earth's defenses. Cal watched in horror as Relay 12 unfolded like a metallic flower, its core pulsing with violet energy. A beam lanced out, slicing the lead warship in half. Orbital inferno. Earth's other satellites awoke. Railgun rounds, accelerated to relativistic speeds, punched through Dominion shields. Stealth drones materialized, hacking enemy systems. Within minutes, the fleet was to brace. Cal's comms officer trembled. "Commander, their weapons use our tech, but upgraded." The revelation. Cal accessed a buried file. A Dominion science vessel had vanished near Earth a century ago. "They've been reverse engineering us." He opened a channel to the Dominion Emperor, voice raw. "Your Majesty, humanity was never weak. They were learning." Earth's message. As Cal's ship flooded, a transmission blared across all frequencies. A human woman in a stark black uniform appeared, her eyes like smelted steel. "This is Admiral Leora Rook of Earth Defense Fleet. To the Sithari Dominion. You brought war to our doorstep. Now witness its price." The screen cut to Earth's moon splitting open, a hidden shipyard disgorging thousands of warships. The Council's mistake. A storm in the galactic chambers. The High Hall of the Galactic Union was never meant for panic. Its towering arches, carved from the bones of dead stars, had witnessed the rise and fall of empires. But today, the air hummed with tension. Representatives from 100 species whispered as holographic footage of Earth's defenses played on loop. Human satellites tearing through Dominion warships like paper. At the center of the chaos stood Dr. Ilara Voss, humanity's chosen envoy. She was small by galactic standards, her dark skin contrasting sharply with the silver diplomatic robes she wore. But her voice cut through the noise like a blade. "You called us weak," she said. "Now you see the truth. The Union's arrogance." High Chancellor Vraxis Krell, a towering reptilian Zorathi, slammed his scaled fist onto the podium. "This is deception. Earth was granted protected status under the Non-Interference Accords. You were to remain ignorant." Ilara didn't flinch. "And who decided that?" She tapped a device on her wrist. The hall screens flickered, displaying Dominion battle plans, target lists with Earth at the top. "The Sithari Dominion was coming for us, treaty or not. We chose survival." A fractured vote. The Union erupted. The Centauri delegates, longtime observers of Earth, argued for humanity's inclusion. The Zorathi and their allies demanded sanctions. Then the bombshell. The Antarctic Vault. "We didn't just steal your tech," Ilara said. "We improved it." The screen shifted to a hidden facility beneath Antarctica, a vault of alien relics predating the Union itself. "We found something you lost. Or maybe forgot." The chamber fell silent. The Dominion's ultimatum. Before the Union could vote, alarms blared. A Dominion armada had breached the Proxima exclusion zone. Their message was simple: surrender the humans or burn with them. Shadows of Mars. Calvor's secret mission. Commander Calvor had been declared a traitor. His warnings about Earth had angered the Dominion Emperor, and now he fled through the asteroid belt, his ship's cloaking systems barely functional. His destination, Mars. Human transmissions had hinted at something buried there, something even they feared. The red planet's secret. Cal's sensors detected energy spikes beneath the Martian dunes. As his ship descended, the sand parted, revealing a massive underground complex. Human engineers in exosuits moved like ants around a monstrous structure, a quantum forge, capable of bending reality to manufacture weapons. Then the humans spotted him. Admiral Rook's welcome. A squadron of human interceptors locked onto Cal's ship. A familiar voice crackled over comms. "Commander 4, I wondered when you'd show up." Admiral Leora Rook stood in the docking bay, arms crossed. She didn't aim a weapon. She didn't need to. "You're either very brave or very stupid," she said. "But since you're here, let me show you what we're really building." The forge's horror. Inside the facility, Cal saw it, a Dyson pulse cannon, designed to rip stars apart. "The Dominion thinks they can glass Earth." Rook smirked. "We'll turn their sun into a funeral pyre." Cal's blood turned to ice. Humanity wasn't just fighting for survival. They were rewriting the rules of war. The Titan Gambit. The Dominion's fist descends. The sky above Earth split open like a wound. The Sithari Dominion's crown jewel, the Titan-class worldbreaker, emerged from warp space, a 20-kilometer monstrosity of blackened alloy and pulsating energy cores. Its main weapon, the Godfire Lance, hummed to life, charged with enough power to crack a planet's crust. Admiral Rook stood on the bridge of the EDF flagship Resurgence, her fingers tightening around the command rail. "All orbital defenses at maximum. Deploy the Aegis satellites." Now, across Earth's atmosphere, hundreds of human defense platforms unfolded, their mirrored surfaces gleaming. The Union had called them primitive. The Dominion was about to learn the truth. A game of cosmic chess. The Titan fired. A beam of pure annihilation lanced toward Earth, and then curved, bending around the planet as if hitting an invisible lens. The Godfire Lance struck the moon instead, carving a molten scar across its surface. Dr. Ilara Voss's voice crackled over the comms. "Gravitational refraction matrix holding at 87%. They won't fall for that twice." The hack deep in the Titan's core, a team of human cyber warriors, codenamed Ghost Squad, infiltrated the Dominion's network. Their mission: overload the World Breaker's reactors. But the Dominion had anticipated them. Biomechanical security drones, faster than human reflexes, tore through the squad. Only one operative, Captain Jace Riker, reached the control nexus, just in time to see the fail-safes engage. "They've locked us out," Riker snarled. Then his eyes fell on the backup system, a manual override designed for Dominion engineers. A suicide switch. Cal's choice. Cal Vor watched from the Dominion command ship, his claws digging into his chair. He had seen Earth's defiance. He had walked among humans, and he knew, win or lose, the Dominion would never stop. With a snarl, he seized a sidearm and shot his commanding officer. "All ships, this is Commander 4. The Emperor has betrayed us. The World Breaker's core is rigged to detonate. Evacuate now." The Black Dawn. Riker slammed his fist onto the override. For a heartbeat, silence. Then, light. The Titan's core collapsed in on itself, birthing a temporary singularity. Dominion ships screamed as they were pulled into the abyss. Earth's shields flared, straining against the gravitational tide. When the darkness cleared, half the Dominion fleet was gone. And floating amidst the wreckage was Cal Vor's escape pod, broadcasting a single message to Earth: they will return. And next time, they will bring the Endmakers. The Broken Chains. A galaxy in revolt. The Galactic Union's halls, once a symbol of order, burned with dissent. After Earth's defiance against the Dominion, 100 species stood at a crossroads. The Zorathi and their allies demanded punishment for humanity's recklessness. But others, the Centauri, the Velm, the Kesseri, had seen enough. Captain Derakes, A winged Velm warrior slant her talons onto the council table. For centuries, we bowed to the Union's bureaucracy while the Dominion butchered worlds. No more. She turned to the human delegation. Earth fights. We fight with them. The Free Systems Coalition was born. The Antarctic Revelation. Beneath the ice, Dr. Ilara Voss stepped into the vault's inner chamber. The walls hummed with precursor technology, older than the Union itself. And at its center, a stasis pod, its surface etched with symbols no living scholar could read. Then it opened. A figure emerged, tall, clad in armor that seemed to drink the light. Its helmet retracted, revealing a face that froze Ilara's blood. "Human, you are late," the stranger said. "The Endmakers are already awake." The Emperor's secret. On the Dominion throne world, Emperor Xeran the Eternal knelt before a black mirror. The surface rippled, and something older than stars whispered back. "You promised us a weapon," Xeran hissed. "The humans resist." The mirror darkened. Then a hand, skeletal and gleaming, pressed against the glass. "We are coming. The last stand at Proxima. The corpse fleet arrives." Deep space rippled like disturbed water as the Endmaker vanguard emerged from the void. Their ships were wrong, not crafted but grown, their hulls resembling twisted skeletons of long-dead cosmic titans. Admiral Rook's tactical display showed the nightmare unfolding. 1,000 vessels, each larger than Earth's mightiest dreadnought, their surfaces pulsing with sickly green bioluminescence. "All ships, battle formation Omega," Rook ordered, her voice steady despite the cold dread in her gut. Across the fleet, human and allied crews braced themselves. The Free Systems Coalition had gathered every warship they could muster at Proxima Centauri, their last defensive line before Earth. The Emperor's Gambit. Emperor Xeran watched from his flagship's observation deck as the Endmaker fleet consumed the outer colonies. The Dominion's supposed allies showed no mercy. Human, Zorathi, Velm, all were equal prey to these ancient horrors. His comms officer turned, face pale. "Majesty, Commander Vord's ship has entered the system. He's broadcasting on all channels." Kel's voice echoed through every ship in the battle zone. "Xeran, you wanted gods to fight your war. Look what you've unleashed." Rook's sacrifice. The Endmaker flagship, a leviathan shaped like a screaming face, opened its maw. Energy gathered in its throat, enough to vaporize a star system. Rook didn't hesitate. "Resurgence and all the scorched ships, full speed ahead. Target that weapon with everything we've got." Her first officer grabbed her arm. "Admiral, we won't survive." "That's not the point," Rook said, activating the fleet-wide comm. "All hands, this is Admiral Leora Rook. It's been the honor of my life to serve with you. For Earth, for the Free Systems." 23 ships rammed the Endmaker flagship at relativistic speeds. The resulting explosion lit up the Proxima system brighter than its star. Cal's reckoning. Amid the chaos, Cal's stealth frigate slipped through the Dominion lines. He'd programmed a ship's eye with one directive: get him aboard Xeran's flagship. The docking clamps engaged with a shudder, and Cal stepped into hell. The Emperor's guards fell quickly to his plasma blades, but Xeran himself stood calm before the observation window, watching the battle unfold. "You were always weak, Vor," the Emperor sneered, "just like your human pets." Cal raised his weapon. "They fight with honor. You only know fear." The shot rang out as the Endmaker fleet began its final advance toward Earth. The Antarctic solution. On Earth, Dr. Voss and the ancient human from the stasis pod, who called himself only the Warden, stood before the fully activated artifact. The entire Antarctic facility hummed with power. "It's not a weapon," the Warden said. "It's a key." Voss's eyes widened as she understood. "To what?" The Warden smiled grimly. "To their prison." As the Endmaker fleet crossed the lunar orbit, Antarctica's ice shattered. A beam of golden light lanced into space, not to destroy, but to awaken something far older. The stars themselves began to move. The new dawn. The prison opens. The golden beam from Antarctica struck the void between stars, and space itself screamed. The Endmaker fleet halted as if snagged by invisible chains. Their biomechanical hulls shuddered, their weapon ports flickering out. Then, from the darkness beyond the galaxy's edge, something answered. A shape emerged. Not a ship, but a living storm, a swirling mass of silver and obsidian tendrils large enough to eclipse entire star systems. It pulsed with a slow, rhythmic light, like a heartbeat. The warden exhaled. The jailer awakes. The truth of the Endmakers. Dr. Voss watched in awe as the cosmic entity extended tendrils toward the Endmaker fleet. Where they touched, the monstrous ships dissolved, their matter unraveling like thread. They were never conquerors, the warden said. They were prisoners, escaped ones. Millennia ago, an ancient race, humanity's true ancestors, had imprisoned the Endmakers for consuming entire galaxies. Earth's vault wasn't a weapon cache. It was a warden's outpost. And humanity. The guards, Voss whispered. The Emperor's End. Aboard the ruined Dominion flagship, Calvor dragged the bleeding Emperor to the observation deck. Tyron's face twisted in terror as he saw the jailer consuming his would-be allies. "You fool," Cal growled. "You thought you could control them." The last thing Tyron saw was the jailer's tendril piercing the viewport. And then nothing. A galaxy remade. When the dust settled, the Dominion was broken. The Free Systems Coalition stood victorious, but not as conquerors. At the rebuilt Galactic Union, Admiral Rook, rescued from her ship's wreckage, stood before representatives of every species. Behind her, the warden waited in silence. "We don't want your throne," Rook said. "We want change." The new accords were signed that day. No more hidden knowledge. Earth would share its technology freely. No more silent wardens. The jailer would be watched by all species. No more empires, only a true alliance of equals. As the delegates cheered, Dr. Voss approached the warden. What now? He looked toward the stars. Now, we prepare. The Endmakers were just the first prisoners. The prison holds worse. Epilogue. The watch begins. On Pluto's frozen plains, a new facility was built, Outpost Omega. Human, Viln, Centauri, and even former Dominion scientists worked side by side, monitoring the edges of known space. And in the void between galaxies, the jailer drifted, waiting. For the next threat. For the next war. For the day humanity would need to stand guard again. The end.